it's Dorothy here with Done by Dorothy, and we are here today working on our Touch of Nature journal. Um, and we're on our middle signature. And the other day we put some of our ephemera in, create our little pockets and tucks and all that wonderful stuff. So let's see, we are up to, I want to keep that for journaling. We're up to this page here. And I want to just create a small area for a tuck there. I don't want to do anything fancy. So let's see, what do we want to use? How about we use our little elephant? Just sort of create a place that we can tuck extra journaling thing items. So let me grab my blender and my ink real fast because I did have to copy out more of my ephemera, or make more, I guess, print more of my ephemera, so some of it hasn't been inked. So let me ink it up really fast. And I think just to, make it a little bit cuter, I'm going to round all the corners. And yes, it's a different corner rounder. I have a ton of them. I actually found them. It's amazing when when you clean your craft room, all the items you can find. So there is that. I'm going to use my art glitter glue here. Clean the top off. And I'm going to put just a little bit of glue all the way around this outside edge. And let's pull this over here. A lot of times it's easier to work if you have multiple pages just to pull them out, which is why I sort of like waiting to bind them till the very end. Okay, so we have that, and that creates a small tuck. So let's put some items in there. I think I don't want to do anything blue. How about that? I think that would be nice just as a tuck, I wasn't sure whether the back was inked or not. We'll ink around it real fast. No biggie. I'm gonna have to replace my sponge again and re-ink my pad. There's some in there, but it's just not as juicy as I like it to be. But I like inking up the back there. And let's see, let's put a little bit of ribbon on there. I think I used this. I really like this eyelet. I think it's really pretty. So I'm just going to cut off a small piece of it. And a small piece of this dark brown. So let's just put this across the top. Just glue it on there. Let me see if my art glitter glue will hold. If not, I can grab my Fabri-Tac. Every once in a while it'll work. This is older eyelet. It doesn't like working on art glitter glue. It doesn't like holding on the sort of like the newer nylon type lace and fabrics and stuff like that. And I'm just going to put another big thing here, and this is a burlap, so it should hold fine, I would think. If not, we can pull out the art glitter glue and put that on there. Let me put my lid back on my art glitter glue, because if I don't, it will be all dried up. Nope, it's not going to hold. Let me grab my art glitter, or my Fabri-Tac. Every once in a while, it did hold the bottom. It just likes that older stuff. Maybe it's art glitter glue's way of telling us that we should use the older stuff and not the newer stuff. Use that antique stuff. It's just amazing, you know, the places you can find items. Okay. So that just added a little lace on the top, just a little topper. Not a lot, pretty easy, and it just slides down in there. So there's that. So we have this. I think I'll leave that page blank. Have this. I sort of feel like we should put something in here. And I'm wondering about using our little bee. Unless we put our little bee over here. I don't know. I just feel like that needs something on there. Let's see what we have. Oh, here's the one little thing that's got the bee on it. It might be cute. Sort of the lovers of flowers. I don't know. That's sort of cool because, you know. Let's see. I'm looking, guys. Give me a moment. I actually think we'll go over to here. Let's do something on here. So, what do we want to do? I sort of think we should use this. I don't really want to do another pocket. What could we do with this? And I sort of want to do it this way, I think. If we could do it as a belly band, it would be a real big wide belly band. Let's do that. I love belly bands. It gives you a reason to tuck something else in there. So let's glue this on the edges. I'm just going to throw this on there. And glue it up. So we have that on there. I really feel like we should do something. What do we want to do there? Let's do something different. A large tag. That would look really good in there. Let's see. What do we have here? We can decorate this with. Oh, I sort of like that. Let me see. I'm looking, guys. I sort of like that. Do I use? Yep, let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna use some doily because you know you never can use enough doily. You just whack off a piece because you know that's my standard thing. And let me grab some of this bright green cheesecloth because I love how dark this came out. And I was thinking about doing a video about how I dye my cheesecloth, how you can get the different shades. So, you know, if that's something you're interested in, please let me know. I'm going to glue this down, so I'm not going to worry about inking the back. Now, this right here, I do think that I don't want it as a tag. I think I just want it as a, sort of as a rectangle. So I'm going to put this here. Let's do it right here. I'm just going to tear this off across the top. No biggie. Let me ink this up around the outside edges. And I sort of like that because when you tear, it always creates almost like a darker look across the top. Oh, I wanted to thank you guys too for your patience. I know we had a couple videos there that were sort of crazy. We are sort of trying to adapt to our new equipment. So, you know, please bear with us as we are adapting as well. You know, it's never easy. And what they say about teaching a little dog new tricks, I would be lost if it wasn't for my husband, he is this really awesome tech savvy person compared to me. So I rely on him when it comes to the video audio part. I did want to say too, if you are not a part of my Facebook group, um, you know, you might want to consider going over there. We do have some really cool things going on over there. Swaps, daily inspirational quotes, just all kinds of stuff that's, to make your day better and more crafty. I know some people don't do Facebook, and some people only do YouTube, and I know some people only do Facebook. So, we try to meet the best of both worlds. We do have a closed Facebook group, so it's not open to everybody in America. So all your information is not spread out everywhere. We have swaps, although right now, currently, we have our swaps on hold because sort of postponed right now until everything calms down, because the world is just losing its mind right now with the whole corona stuff. So we are sort of biding our time, waiting for it to settle down. We have Penny Souther, which is over our swaps. We have quite a few. My admin team is great. We have all kinds of things. We have, several that are, we have Catherine that's, doing things, focusing on new people that may not know how to do certain things. So she'll be doing tips and tricks and pointers, and we have just all kinds of stuff that we're working on. So, stay tuned, because there are good things coming to the land of Done by Dorothy. Okay, again, you know me, guys. Throw some glue down. Then I think I actually want to layer this, but I actually think I'm going to use some of, we made our textured fiber paste the other day, and I made some of the brown. I actually made some of the white too, and stay tuned. This weekend we'll have a video on different things you can do with that, so stay tuned for that. And Terry, hi Terry, tell mom I said hi. Made some, so I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to put this across the bottom just to give it a little more added texture, and it looks so good. Okay, and I'm going to put some cheesecloth down, just sort of build up around it, add a little, just sort of vary it so you get a little different look, a different feel than what it normally is. I'm going to put some glue across here. Put my green cheesecloth down. Don't want to put it all under there though. And then, I actually think I'm going to tear along here. I know I just inked that up, so it was a waste of ink, but I actually think I'm going to just tear the cute little flower down and use it. There we go. Sometimes you just got to do it different. And that's going to really pull that dark. Again, I'm using Tim Holtz walnut stain in distressed ink. I chose walnut stain because obviously we're doing a nature journal, and I thought, especially if you're doing junk journals and vintage type things, you tend to, use a lot of the vintage photo, and I thought this would sort of open up to a different colored ink, and I thought the walnut stain was perfect. I'm going to sort of roll the corner. I'm going to ink it up really good on the front and the back. Just create some age to it, and then sort of roll it up just to give it a little 3D look in the corner. Sometimes we think we got to glue everything down, and the leaving that little corner up just adds just that touch of 3D quality to it. Okay, let's over here. Put it down real good. Let me put my lid on my glue because it does dry out if we're not careful. So there's that. Yep. And that'll slide right through there. So that worked out great. So there's that. We have our envelope here, so I really don't want to do anything here except on this side here. Let's use some of our green cheesecloth on that tab since we already have it here. And let's use a little piece of this eyelet that I had a while ago. This is actually vintage. Came off of a little girl's dress. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to put it on top. I want it on top. And again, I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. Again, it's probably one of the tools I use more than anything. I use it quite a bit. So I'm just going to staple that on there. Okay, so let's decorate this. I think I want to do something with butterflies. I think that would... I'm not going to do a lot there because we have the tab. I don't want to override and take away from the tab. I know it's got this thing up at the top. We are going to cover up where the holes on the top. And I think we're just going to cover it up by just going to take this, twist it in the middle, fold over, just creating a small, like a circle. And again, we'll go in with our tiny attacher, staple it on there just as a little tab, and sort of tuck that under. I forgot to look up to make sure you guys could see. And then remember, we do have a tuck in the top, so we've got to come up with something to put in there in our little pocket. So we're going to slide this right here. And I could have put, some ribbons, some doily or something behind this, but I don't want to bulk everything up where it's so thick, that we don't really have. I mean, sometimes you have a journal that's so thick you can't really fit anything in it. Let's see if piece of trash. Let's see if our it's a little too wide. So let's see what we have that will fit in there, or if we can make something. You know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna grab my cutter really fast. So bear with me. And I'm just gonna make a little skinny sort of little booklet. There's my blending tool. I'm gonna sort of check and see. I'll put this across here. So let's go ahead and trim this down to where we need it. Not exactly straight there, Dorothy. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's ink this up. Sometimes it just takes the smallest touch. It doesn't take a lot. And I am going to ink up around these edges, just add a little color. And I think the inside of this page is a little darker, so we'll probably turn it around and... Oh yeah, look at that pretty color. And again, a lot of times, I mean, people tend to think we got to use a lot of ink, and sometimes just the lightest touch of ink makes a difference. So I'm doing here, you know, I may go over it darken a couple places, but mostly just putting it on there. And my art glitter glue, I'm going to run, you know what, let me just put the glue on the back of here. It's probably safer because I know where to put it then. And again, I'm just going to run my beads of glue. Squiggle down through the middle. Not a lot to it. And I'm just going to line this up. Just along the edge. Glue it down. There we go. And I mean, that just folds open and you've got a nice little thing. And it slides in there. It doesn't block up and take a lot of room. So there we go. Because we do have our big envelope, we have to put something in. I actually thought about using this. If we could trim it down a bit. Let me grab my cutter again. Work around getting it around everything. And I'm just going to trim. I'm actually going to, well, I don't want to take off the McGuffey primer part. And then let me take this all the way up to that bottom sentence as close as I can get. Let's see if that's big enough. I'll have to try it. I think that's just about the right size. Maybe a little bit bigger, but I don't know. Okay. I'm going to trim off like this 1/8 of an inch across the bottom. And it literally is like the 1/8 of an inch. It's pretty crazy. And voila. How awesome is that? It fit perfect. Just a little trimming. And I'm just going to ink around the corners, you know, around the sides of this, ink up the back. I think I'm going to just do some scattered ink across in different places. You know what I ought to do? Yeah. This over here. Let me grab my sprays really fast and do a little spraying. And because the envelope's green, I grabbed the green. And again, I'm going to shake it up a little bit. Just a little, not a lot, just a little to add some color. And then I might as well do some on the back too. Just gonna this is just a piece of ordinary felt. And I'm just gonna sort of pick up any of that green residue that's on there, but it's drying pretty fast, guys. Make sure Didn't get any overspray on there. So set this aside just for a minute and we'll carry on doing so. We'll put that in there when we come back. Let's see. Get that on there, then on there. Do something on here. I was thinking about just putting this B. Just putting the B across here. Let's just sort of trim down that little piece. And I'm just going to hold this on here and actually ink around it while it's on here. And then I'm just going to go around the outside edge. So if we do decide we want to tuck something in there, we can, which would be sort of, oops, went over the side. And I'm going to put this whole rose down because I'm scared it's going to, just have something small to tuck in there. Not a lot, just a little bit. Let's put that right there. Let's see what little bitty, now we have some small ephemera we might be able to fit in there. Okay. Yep. Yeah, if we can use that. I need to trim this side up though, because when I cut it, I left a bunch of the white on this. I cut these out by hand, so sometimes they're not so perfect. Which is fine, because I like not so perfect. And I'm just going to ink this up around the outside edges. And again, we're just going to use this as a journaling spot. So I sort of like the little designs that are on the front. I'm going to ink the back up. You know what? Let's just put this on coffee dyed paper. There's a little piece over here. That'll give it a little bit more bulk. It may hold it in the little tuck spot a little better. You know what? Let's just, since I have this here, let's just put this in the middle and we'll just keep the background around it. Let me trim this off up here. And again, let me grab my ink, put it over here. There we go. Actually, let's do this way. So it just sort of holds that in there. Not a lot to it. Okay. And on this page, I want to use my number 9 and do something with it. Let me grab a piece of coffee dyed paper and I need to grab my ruler. Let's see. 3 5/8. One, 2, 3 7/8. Okay. So let's see. I need 7 2/8. And 6/8. Let's see. See. No. 6/8, yeah. One of those days, guys. And I don't care if this is exact. I'm just trying to at least make it somewhat. Okay, I'll put that to the side. Okay, so fold this in half. And like I said, it doesn't have to be exact, and I can fix it if it's a little off. And then I'm going to fold it up here. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to cut along that line to the center, right like that. Now, I grab my ink and ink on my sides up. And I'm not going to worry about, I'm just worrying about the actual edges. So I don't have to be too perfect. Just along the edges, just to give them, you know, that old grungy look. Of course, that's already tea-dyed. So we're good there, and each of the little lines so they all blend in together. Okay. Good enough for government work. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over, fold this over, fold this down. So, in essence, you'll fold it. Let's see. I have to make sure I want to do this the right way. There we go. So flip up and fold open. So, yep. So I'm going to take my card, and I'm going to use my green one since I have all the green next door. I could use the blue one though. Do I have my little blue card still? Or did I use my blue? Oh, nope, I want to use this one. So I'm going to ink it up. And all I'm going to do is take my art glitter glue, run around the outside edge, all the way up through the middle. Really good. Then I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm just going to put it in here. And again, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I do try to line these upper edges up though, because it makes it look a little bit more neat. And this one down here, I can sort of straighten up a little. And then I'm just going to ink over it like that. And put this in here. I'm going to grab my glue. I'm going to ink around the bottom, up the sides, not the top, just around the bottom, the sides. And I'm going to put this, well, I'm going to put it down here on the corner, sort of leaning, as well lean it to the inside. Right like that. And then let me look over here. Trying to find, I had some little bitty small, some really small, there it was. And I'm going to ink this up. And then ink the back up. and make sure I stay in frame. I moved my space with a different camera and everything. Let me find my corner rounder and around to these corners out a little bit, just because I think it'll look a wee better. With using the new equipment, it changed my working space. So to pay attention to, there we go. And that'll fit right in there. And then this, open up, pull out, and you've got all of this journaling room. And give me just a second to grab. Okay, let me put my lid on. Had to grab a paper clip really fast. I forgot to grab one earlier. And again, I'm just going to cut some of this. No, I actually have, let's use some of this. Do I want to use, yeah, let's use that. I really like that. It's going to look really good in there. Oh. And I'm just going to fold it over. Make sure you figure out like which way you want your paper clip to go. Because despite what everybody thinks, there are certain ways you can. Wow, this is going to rag up really nice. So slide that in there. Pull. Yes, I'm ragging up my ribbon. If this side would go as good. This must have been the side I just cut, because it's taking a little bit more than the other one. Oh. And then where you glue back there, that just slides over that to hold that in. Let me cut these little bitty edges off out here. There we go. So there's that. And I think that turned out really, really cute. Like there. And then here I just wanted to put something sort of over that to cover that, but I want to leave enough room that, you know, you can journal around it. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'm just going to put this on there, and I'm just going to put it flat. So there's not going to be any, you know, decorations, no lace or anything under it. Just sit flat. Every once in a while it looks, I think it just needs, you need a page, and I can tilt it so sort of give it a little bit more. There we go. See, I just wanted this all to journal, so lots of journaling room. There's the order form. This definitely needs something. What do we want to use over there? Let's use, put this. Do another flip out. I'm actually going to use this, and I'm going to cheat on my flip out. Instead of using washi, I'm going to ink it up around the edges, and I'm going to glue it down. Nothing to it. Just inking and gluing. Like that. I'm going to leave about the same border I left on the other side. Like that. And then I'm just going to glue this in around the edges. Ooh, my glue went crazy. And I'm just gonna, let's put this about right here. And I'm not gonna put it all the way to the edge. I'm gonna leave a little bit on the edge. Put it open. Okay. And then what did I do with, there it is. I am going to grab my punch in the middle. And let's see. Let me grab a hole reinforcer. Always forget something. In the front and the back. You know what? No, I think I'll just ink it. Let's just ink it. So if you haven't been in our Facebook group, we do have a sale going on of Ranger / Tim Holtz products. If you're interested in that, you know what I think? I'm going to use this ribbon again because I really loved the way that turned out. Make it a little bit bigger. If I can get it through the little hole. I'm trying. There it goes. Well, that one went real easy. Trim some of this down off the bottom. And again, a lot of this stuff just goes by feel. Just, what do you like? What do you? I don't mind that sticks out a little bit. Sort of gives it a little bit of ribbon sticking out the top. This was here. And I'm just going to glue this down and it'll leave that room for journaling there with all the lines. I think this is one that I cut up before. And that just sort of will cover some of that writing. And add a pop of color there. And I sort of like the fact you have that little extra journaling spot. I love that. I don't know how we managed to not get that one colored at all. You know what? Let's get that green trees and stuff over there. Let me move my stuff back. Let's add a little green. Just a little. Not a lot, just a little. Take some ink. The brown, just sort of darken up around the edges. That's sticking your fingers in it. Okay. And see, that'll pull out that green and not make this where it's not so dark. Because before, let me use it. You see how dark it is? You don't see a lot of that green. You put that green there, it really makes it pop. So, like that. And it didn't really leak through the front either, so that made it nice. But if it would have had, that would have been fine too. Okay, journaling. Let's see, what do we have that we can put here? Yeah, we can make a little tuck out of this. So a lot of times it's just a matter of thinking about what you're doing, putting it all together. And I'm going to use a little bit of this trim. Just right along the edge here. I guess I could have put it along the edge of the actual page and had it stuck off the page. That would have been really cute. But we're going to put it here because I put glue there. So that's where it's going. And I'm not going to worry about that little bit hanging off the bottom. Normally I would trim that, but I'm not. I'm going to leave it there. So that's done. There's our little elephants. Ink this up. Grab a piece of coffee dyed paper. Glue it down. Like that. Ink up around the edges. Okay, I'm going to swirl that across there some too. I have this little piece of green cheesecloth. I'm just going to sort of twist it again. Roll it. Because with this green, I think it would look really cute. Just sort of attach to the corner there. And I'm going to get my big copper clips here. I think I'll use an arrow. And just attach this to the side. So that'll leave that page where you can journal on it, but at the same time, you have some ephemera on there too. So there's that. I don't want to leave that for journaling. That's there. So we have this to decorate. And I think this is just calling for this cute little chickie. I do think so. Let's round the corners. Get up. I hope you guys are enjoying the Touch in Nature series. I've really enjoyed. I love all the little naturey pictures and all that stuff. Although I think my next nature journal that I do is going to be an Edith Holden. See, I like that little chickie there. Now I need to decorate this. And for this, I'm going to use some of this eyelet that I have. I've been chopping pieces off of it for a while. Okay, and I'm gonna use some of my Battenberg lace. I'm gonna start with my Battenberg lace. And on the back of it, I'm just gonna leave blank. I mean, well, it's stenciled, but I'm gonna leave it just stenciled so it can be wrote over. So I'm gonna put my Battenberg lace there. Sort of scoot it over a little bit. And I am gonna run some glue all along here so I can glue that edge down. So it's not all gonna flip off, and the wear and tear of going in and out of the pocket sometimes will be rough on items. So I got that there. I do need to ink up my blue playing card here. I'm going to ink this up. Okay. Now I'm going to layer that right there. And again, I'm doing it Dorothy style. Just throw some glue down and that's where it goes. I'm not going to lay it out and take it apart and lay it out and take it apart because I spent all day trying to decide where to put it and then decide I probably didn't want it there anyway. So I learned a long time ago the best thing I can do is the first idea that pops in my head, use it. Because the more I move it around, I change things up. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I knew I had. Oops, knocked my light. I knew I had some blue lace. I was looking for. And I'm just going to put it right along the edge of this eyelet. Just sort of building up some layers there vertically. Okay. Then I'm going to put my card down. So I'm not going to worry about ink in the back because it's going to go down flat. Well, sort of flat. And it's going to go right there. Just where just the tip of it is sticking off. And make sure I ink that up because that's going to get more wear and tear than anything else on the card, obviously, because it's hanging off. Or supposedly. I'm around the corners of this. And I'm going to ink this up. And it's going to go, how do I want to put that right there. So it will be hanging off the side of the card. So I'm just going to glue up the one side, then I can come back through and, I dropped it. I'm going to leave a little bit of that blue showing through just because I like the way that looks. So there you go. And turn it over. Ink the back of these things because, obviously they would be aged if they were all hanging out over the top of something that was really old. So there we go. And that's a cute little tuck. And because this is a wide pocket, you know what? I wanted to keep those hanging off, but I think for the longevity of the piece, it's probably better to trim those off. Okay. Trying to decide what it's hanging up on over here. Oh, there it goes. Just hanging up on that little piece of lace. You know what? I'm not going to cut this off, and I should have done it with the other one. I'm just going to fold this over and put it onto the back. There we go. and that'll help hold that. And that, yep, that meets its side in there. So there we go. So that, my friends, is signature number 2. Let me get this on here real fast. And we will do a flip through. Let me put my lids on all my glue before it dries out. If I can make the hole. I keep missing the hole. I'm leaving everything out of here. So we have our front. First, we got our little mid there and our little pull out over here. Page, a journaling page, another journaling page, 2 little tucks in there. Our little mini journal, decorated page, a journaling page, a gorgeous picture. Our little saying there, journaling page. A little bit of room to journal there. I love this picture right here. And a journaling page. Got a little tuck in there we did. Page, again, journaling page that has, I would have covered this up, but it actually tells you to use the space to sketch your find or glue or tape a photo of your animal. Our gorgeous little card there with our fiber. We have our envelope and our cute little insert that is now dry. So put that in there. And that just goes with that envelope. Have a little tuck. Flip. There, I love that with the constellation of the bear. Journaling spot. We have a little tuck here with our little postcard. A little tuck, and again, our fold out. Journaling spot, again, journaling, because, if you want to draw a picture, then that still gives you room to journal about it next to it. Flip out, and our tag. I love this image to journal, and again, pages where if you want to draw or whatever. Our little tucks in our pocket there. Journaling page. Again, a little flip. And if we glue right along here, let me find something small that we can use. First, we can tuck our lovers of flowers back there. And then I'm trying to find something small we can use. Oh, we could actually use this. So it's a tuck in a pocket. We have our postcard, cute little things, and then we got our tuck back here in our back page. So signature number 2 is done. Let me grab signature number 1. So here's signature 1 and 2, and tomorrow we will be working on signature number 3. Let's see, it's Thursday. If we might try to do all of signature 3 tomorrow. If we can do signature 3 tomorrow, we can be binding by Friday, guys. Doing the cover Friday, and then we'll bind Monday. So we're getting really close to being done. I'm loving this journal. We still may go through and throw some lace on the edges. I always do that last because I sort of want to see it in the journal before I put lace. So yeah, we are down to signature number 2. We'll be back again to do signature number 3 next time. I hope you guys have a great day, and happy crafting. We'll see you next time. Bye.